Hey YouTube, it's been a pretty long time since I made a video, but I just decided I am gonna remake my 1911 purely because I feel like I can do a lot better than before. You know, I made this one when I was like 13, 14 years old. So I really feel like my craftsmanship has gotten a lot better, but yeah, so I mean, you know, certain things, you know, just like look at the rails, they weren't even really made to spec. Like, look at that. It's just, you know, it's whatever. I mean, it was able to shoot, it popped primers off, but with the old slide that I had, let's see, I have a box full of a whole bunch of things right here. If I could find it. Oh, this is the front portion of it. I don't know if I have it in here. Oh, here it is. So here is the old breech, and it did not, the firing pin hole did not line up perfect. It was pretty off. So it was, instead of hitting, like for example, if we're gonna use this cartridge as an example, try and balance it on here. Instead of hitting the, you know, exactly on the back, in the center of the primer hole, it was hitting like here, close to the rim of the primer hole, and that was, it just wouldn't fire sometimes. But yeah, so I remade breech right here. This one, perfect spacing, everything is perfect in this breech. I made it a while ago actually, but this breech came out pretty well. I just need to Dremel out the bottom portion right there for the disconnector slot. But I mean, other than that, I'm gonna reuse some parts from this. Like I'm gonna use this, the barrel, the grips, obviously, because these are pretty well made. Grip safety, I'm gonna remake this because the thing right here it broke. So I'm gonna remake that. I'm gonna reuse the slide stop barrel, what is this called? The recoil spring guide. Definitely gonna use the barrel bushing, the recoil spring and spring plug. That's pretty much hit the button by accident, but I am gonna remake a leaf spring. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, some of these parts were made pretty well, some weren't, you know. It's kind of whatever. I made this magazine because before I used a real magazine, but you know, I wanted to challenge myself and make a magazine from paper, which I did, and it came out really well. I'm actually quite surprised. It came out pretty much perfect. Right now I'm using a spring from an actual 1911 magazine, but that's just because I can't find a perfect spiral notebook spring, but I'll find something eventually. But yeah, it loads, you know, it's decent for what it will do. But yeah, these are the parts that I've made so far for it. This is gonna be the main spring. Right now I'm actually working on the main spring housing. So here's this is the little tube that's gonna hold the spring. So you can see it's, and I also made the two little things, what are they called? This is the main spring retainer. Just paper wrapped around a shish kebab stick and cut down. And this is the mainspring cap. I have to drill out the top so it will accept the bottom portion of the hammer here. Yeah, you can see here's my hammer. The craftsmanship came out really well on this one. And that's another thing. I'm trying to use as little to none baking soda and super glue, because as you can see, it turns yellowish. You can see right there. I don't know, over time it turns yellowish, and I'm not planning on painting the gun, so I'd like it to look as perfect as possible without the baking soda super glue. So, you know, you can see how it turned very yellow on here. Even the old hammer, this is the old hammer that I made. I mean, you could see there's areas with the baking soda super glue. There's not a single drop or not a single area with baking soda and super glue mix on this. So it's pretty much perfect, you can see. And I did add metal reinforcements. I don't know if you can see them there shining in the camera. You know, those are things that I did not add in the first 1911, so hopefully these parts will stay strong. Here is the sear and the disconnector. You can see the sear does have some metal reinforcements in it as well. But yeah, two side pieces. So I'm probably gonna finish the mainspring housing today, and then I'm gonna move on to making the frame, get the two side pieces. I already have a diagram drawn out here. So that's pretty much it for now. Hopefully I don't, you know, quit on this stuff like I have in the past, but I'm sure many of you guys understand what the paper crafting is like. You know, you just, I wouldn't really say you get bored of it, but you know, I do work and I do fly quite often, so let's just see how it goes. But right now I'm trying my best. So yeah, you guys will see more videos. I'm actually gonna probably start making more videos of my life, like what I do. And it's not just gonna be only paper guns, but yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Just, you know, subscribe, turn on notifications so you guys can see when I post. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully the next update will be when I have a good amount of the frame at least started, hopefully. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.